All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Regionals for some super turbo action. Obviously one of my favorite games of all time, and we have a lot of very strong players here. The SoCal scene is brimming with amazing super turbo players, and there's going to be a lot of players here from NorCal as well. So we are going to get started with some awesome action. Please tweet it out to everybody if they want to see some fast-paced super turbo Street Fighter 2 action. Use the hashtag NCR2017. Here we have some replay. Oh, is this live or is this the replay? This is live. Okay. So you can see right here. Oh wow! First up, right away, we have Silent Scope coming up to the machine. Silent Scope, who just won West Coast Warzone. Silent Scope, one of the strongest recent players here, and has become super strong with Cammy at this game. And Cammy, look, she's one of the worst characters in this game. This is just casuals right now. But Cammy is not a very good character, but Silent Scope is making this character work. Probably the best Cammy in the country right now, as hard as it is for me to say that. I think I am now relegated to number 2 Cammy in the country. No, but Silent Scope is super amazing at this character. But you can see the first matchup is going to be Mr. Igloo versus White Shadow. Mr. Igloo just won Vampire Savior yesterday, and is now one of the consistently top 3 finishers of Super Turbo at Wednesday Night Fights. It's himself, El Trouble, Killer Miller, and Silent Scope. Those 4 are always finishing basically 1 through 4, like week after week after week. Any week that they're there, you can almost guarantee that they're going to be placing high. Okay. And we're here on Team Spooky this time, right? Yeah, okay. All right, let me tweet this out really quick. Miller has the best voice for this. Her voice carries so well. In fact, there have been times where I've been standing next to her at Wednesday Night Fights right when she yells out for somebody, and I'm deaf for like the next 10 minutes. Yeah, but shout outs to everybody at home joining in on the Team Spooky stream. We are going to have some awesome Super Turbo action. Remember, this game is fast and furious. One of the most beloved fighting games of all time, and just kind of shows you as well, like, is the game balanced? Not really. Is the game janky? Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. Is it broken? A lot of dirty characters? Sure. Still one of the greatest and most beloved fighting games of all time. It's just, it's so much fun. It feels good. Like, everything about it just flows very properly. Okay, just all depends on whether or not we can find the opponents. So, oh, okay, it looks like we have a Killer Miller coming up here. Killer Miller time coming up to play one of the premier Hondas in the country now in Super Turbo. Very high level Honda player. Like I said, she finishes regularly top 3 at Wednesday Night Fights. Takes the game very seriously. You can always see it whenever she, gets cheesed out by like a Shoto with the fireball into the sweeps and everything. But she's learned to handle that match so well. She's going up against Michelangelo. I really like that. Yeah, Michelangelo. We do have a Michelangelo player who is an MK player, but nope, we're gonna have Michelangelo. Yeah, well, Killer Miller's going to go with Blanca early? Is she really going to sandbag early on in this tournament, or is this just a button check? No, she's going, okay, this is a real match. Okay, so Killer Miller going with a secondary character. In fact, this was the character she kind of first wanted to learn, but eventually switched to Honda. Wow, just going for, yeah, you know what? She doesn't want to fight a Shoto with Honda right now, so she's going to go with Blanc instead. Blanc, of course, with the really fast jumps, you can see they're really good at going up against those fireballs from Ryu. Going to be able to punish that with the throw, and Killer Miller is going to take round number 1. And she's definitely not a one-trick pony. She's got Honda. She can play some Blanca. She's definitely used some Vega in tournaments before to see if she can beat Shoto's as well, as Vega does really well against those characters. Great jump prediction over the fireball. Now Killer Miller has Michelangelo into the corner. Oh, tried to go up for the throw a little too far. Not sure what the up ball was for, but Michelangelo, great Tatsu. Kind of frame trap, but if you are going to jump in at Blanca when he gets up, you had better make sure that your timing is perfect, because that Blanca ball is active on the first frame. So no matter how meaty you put your attack in there, if it's not invincible, she will trade with you, or Blanca will trade with you at worst. So you have to have the spacing and the timing properly to make sure that you can beat the Blanca ball on wake up at just the right timing. Nice uppercut against the Blanca ball. And now hit her on the other side. So again, Killer Miller with that great timing on the jump in, but sometimes Ryu leans so far forward that your jump attack goes through his body just like that. Killer Miller doesn't get the two crouching medium kicks, usually can combo together. Didn't get the throw, but again, you see why Blanca's so good against Shoto. She just jumped over and smacked him in the head after he threw the fireball. All right, I have headphone cables stuck on my shoe here. What is going on? Excuse me while I untangle this. Okay, here we go. All right, gets the throw in, and this is match point now for Killer Miller. Oh man, just an unfortunate timing on that uppercut. Oh, are we doing 3 out of 5 every? It looks like we're gonna be doing 3 out of 5. Ah, this whole tournament's 3 out of nice. More Super Turbo action, yes, yes. All right, here we go. Let's see if Michelangelo can get anything going here in this third game, or if it's just going to be 3-0 domination from Killer Miller. Trades the sweeps. Now Killer Miller, you see her trying to get in there. And again, too predictable. So against a lot of characters, like one of the rules in Super Turbo is if the opponent blocks your fireball at a decent range, throw another one. That's just like a standard strategy. But it doesn't work on Blanca because Blanca's jump is so fast. And it gets into the air so fast, so it's really hard to hit Blanca on his way up with the fireball, and then it just jumps out, and then it just destroys those fireballs. Killer Miller, again, missing those two crouching medium kicks. Nice challenge with the crouching light kicks, but again, see, right there, 2 fireballs in a row. Not a good idea against Blanca. What I would like to see from Michelangelo is a little bit more fake fireballs, you know, quarter circle forward plus light kick. Try to bait Miller into jumping more. Oh, he got the jump, but no uppercut. He had just done a crouching light punch, tried to uppercut, but accidentally chained instead. Okay, beautiful sweep. Oh no, again, another fireball jumped over and then chases the jump back in the corner with the up ball. Killer Miller takes it 3-0 over Michelangelo. So Blanca, you can see how well he does against Ryu there, and you will also be able to do just as well if you can pick yourself up an Arcade Shock joystick or parts. You can do all sorts of great modding. You can see on the bottom right, if you're wondering what those are little detachable plugs, basically, from Freak Mods, where you can actually pull off the ball on the joystick so you have a flatter joystick top when you travel with it. You can put the ball in like a little small pocket that way, so you don't have the awkward joystick handle sticking out when you're packing it into bags and such like that. But you can get all sorts of great parts. You can get also fancy buttons there with a lot of designs on them. I have a bunch of them from like the Guilty Gear and from Street Fighter 4. Lots of great artwork for your buttons. Definitely check them out. Lots of joysticks as well. Save 15% store-wide using the code NCR 2017, valid this weekend, so do not miss your opportunity. All right. We're going to have, coming up next, is going to be Darkness versus Moon Master. Again, all the players here playing ST, very dedicated Super Turbo players. Such a fun game to play. There's a reason why it's lasted so long, and shout outs to guys like Eugene, El Trouble, and Tanya, Killer Miller, as well as guys like Karopi, Bob Painter, Muffin Man, Daryl, Sebastian. Definitely all these guys who have been keeping the game alive for so long and continue to play this game and continue to keep Super Turbo alive, not only on streams, but in our hearts. Although, for me personally, this game will never leave my heart. Alright, so it looks like a button check here. Because I was about to say either that or Darkness is another masochist out there who is using Cammy. You know, I say that, but like I said, Silent Scope is going to do really well with that character. Definitely, that's the nice thing about Super Turbo. You can do well with any character, although I know, look, in Street Fighter 4, I used to say Cammy wasn't very good. She was one of the best. But when I say Cammy is the worst character in Super Turbo, that's actually legit. She actually is not a very strong character in this game. It's either going to be her or Zangief, which are tied for worst character in this game. It's one of those two. But you'll see plenty of Zangief players in Japan do super well. Oh no, okay. Wait a second, they're both masochists? We're going to have a Cammy mirror? This is the worst fight. Because you know why? Cammys never have to fight this fight. So no Cammy player knows how to fight the hooligan. So they're just going to get hooligan all day. See, there you go. No counter to the hooligan. It's just going to happen all day. No counter to the hooligan. See, I'm telling you, man, Cammy players have no experience fighting hooligans. Like, every time I fight Silent Scope, it's just who can pull off the hooligan more often. Because nobody's ever ready to stop that. All right. Oh, see? Look at this. Now Moon Master going with the hooligans. Oh, man. Mirror matches are the best. They're so crazy. And not only that, oh, see, look at this. No one's going to stop that. Cammy players have no experience fighting this move. Oh, the throw, and Moon Master takes round number 2. But could these guys have picked a little bit more different colors, maybe? Moon Master in pink, Darkness in purple, and look at that. Oh, I guess it makes sense that Darkness is the darker version. So that'll help me remember which one is which. Look at this. Oh, this is 100% hooligans right now. I think there was only one hooligan that was not landed, and that was because the opponent was already just jumping and kicking. All right. Another hooligan. Can we get another? Come on. One more hooligan. Let's get another hooligan roll going. Oh, there it was, but it was too far for the throw. I think they're actually listening to me now. Oh, the jumping heavy kick. Yeah. The crouching heavy punch, not a great anti-air for Cammy in this game, but Moon Master takes game number 1. I want to see another hooligan. Oh, really? Really? Darkness switches to Balra. This is dirty, because this fight, I mean, look, if Darkness is a Cammy player, he knows this fight sucks. But then again, that's kind of true for pretty much any matchup with Cammy. However, Moon Master definitely looks like he's got a pretty decent plan. And wow, that almost looked like it threw her out of the hooligan, out of the air. But great uppercut there, but that's dangerous. Uppercut safe on a lot of characters, but Balrog definitely one of the characters who can punish it. Great reversal! And that, okay. Cammy's super, 90% of the time it's used, it will be for chip death. Cammy almost always seems to drain someone down to pixels, and that super always finishes them off. That's the way her super seems to be used most of the time. But in order to fight this fight properly, you just have to be constantly in Cammy's face. It's very hard for her to stop the dash punches. Now, she can get those drills like that, but you see that, you know, once you block the drill, it's just a tiny bit of chip. It's not terrible, and she has to space it very properly. So, you know, stand up, walk backwards, cause some of the drills to whiff. This fight can be very, very tough for Cammy. Right there, perfect whiff punish. You can see how quickly his low charge can come out to whiff punish things. Oh, man, now here comes some super. No, gets thrown. Oh, the headbutt, beautiful. So what happened right there was that Moon Master was expecting Darkness to land and super like I was thinking he was going to do. So he jumped instead, but Darkness was like, ha, I'm smarter than you, Moon Master, and you, James, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to sit here and headbutt instead and bait her to jump. And now Moon Master going to... We went from the 2 worst characters to like 2 of the best characters at some point. So now we have Vega versus Balrog, and this is not necessarily a great match for either of these characters, because Vega can't do Hyoball stuff against Balrog because Balrog's headbutt doesn't care what side you're on. So he could do a headbutt, and a lot of times they just both miss each other. Wow, perfect meaty crouching medium punch into sweep. Gonna give Darkness the first round. Darkness now. on match point of game number 2. Remember, this is 2 out of 3. Oh, tried to jump in a counter in the air, but got thrown instead. So here comes Moo Master. Looks like tried to go for a tick throw after the jump. Was a little too far for that, just like Darkness was there after that with dash upper. Darkness now with a super built up, but not going to be able to stop the jump attack from Moo Master. Of course, Vega, very, very fast jump, hard to deal with. Oh, caught him before he got to the wall. Oh man, he baited out the reversal with a perfect safe jump timing, but did not punish the Scarlet Terror, did not punish the flip kick. Moo Master taking that with the throw. Here we go. Ooh. We're going for the cheap stuff now. Yeah, there we go. Throw loops for days. Oh, he went for the instant overhead, but didn't work out. Here we go. Got a headbutt. Oh, no headbutt, actually. Just a missed wall dive from Moo Master. You see, there you go. That's the situation that you normally see there when Balrog can headbutt, and that's why he nullifies a little bit of what Vega does. Now, if Balrog has the life lead, that's great for him, but if he has a life deficit, Vega will do that all day and watch each other just kind of whiff moves, and that's fine for Vega. The Moo Master not going to change characters. He's definitely going to stick to this character. Does not like the Cammy versus Balrog matchup, so he is sticking with Vega Claw, who you can see right now is listed as Balrog, and of course Balrog is listed as M. Bison. We are playing on a Japanese machine right now, in case you guys are confused by the names. When the game first came out, they didn't want Mike Tyson to sue them, so they changed Mike Bison to Balrog, Balrog to Vega, and Vega to M. Bison, because they had the text and all that stuff already in the game and the dialogue. M. Bison wins. Bison wins. And so they just switched the names. They didn't know Street Fighter was going to become a worldwide phenomenon that would last 30 years, so the names are still switched to this day, unfortunately. Nice dash upper, catches him. Now, this is what happens a lot of time in this matchup. They stare at each other, but you see right there, see, Balrog gets away with that headbutt. Again, get away with that headbutt, but he's trying to chase him down with the slide, and it's not gonna work, and a crouching heavy kick from Darkness, and he is gonna take it 3-1 over Moo Master. You know, one of these, a lot of the players that are playing right now actually did come from HDR. A lot of these players learned Super Turbo from HDR, and HDR, of course, was designed by Mr. David Serlin. And if you want to check out his latest effort here, he has taken his Fantasy Strike IP, which was from his card games, and he is making an actual fighting game out of that IP. His goal is to highlight the strategy and the mind games of a fighting game and removing as much execution as possible, boiling it down to the part of the fighting games that he enjoys the most. You can check this out at fantasystrike.com. Follow them on Twitter at FantasyStrike, and check them out on Facebook at /FantasyStrike. I think it's Adrio Len versus Brent is Cool. So this is going to be Brent is Cool, who has been playing this game a lot at Wednesday Night Fights recently. He has really taken a shine to this game. When he first started playing it, yeah, he was learning the game. He wasn't doing too well, but now he has been doing very well at the Wednesday Night Fights. He has really learned to love this game, and he plays it every opportunity he gets, including here at NCR, and he is using a DJ. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a tough fight here. Vega can definitely cause DJ some problems, despite DJ having up kicks, kind of like Balrog, but Vega just very, very fast. He just generally does well against Fireball characters just because of that fast jump. But nice bait, goes for the second up kicks, doesn't quite get it. Let's see, that time he gets it, and he was in the corner, so didn't have to worry about Vega getting behind him. Now going with the meaty fireball there, and yes, this is the problem. And the one thing I will say about Brent is that he sometimes might be a little over aggressive with DJ, DJ is a very, very defensive character, and I mentioned earlier that the mindset of if your opponent blocks a fireball, throw another one. That is not more true than if you are playing DJ, but he loves that cross-up combo which he dropped, but he should be able to get it this time. But Vega, wow, too skinny for that combo to work. But you know what? Oh, he missed the super. He missed it again. He missed it a third time, and now he loses his perfect. But there's the power of DJ right there. The priority on his buttons is ridiculous. And you saw how DJ's crouching medium kick, which is a sweep, just completely ate up Adrialen's slide. Clean. Like, not even a problem. Again, we are 3 out of 5 here. Brent is cool, trying to play a little bit defense, but great jump from Adrialen, but that roll a little too slow. Okay, yeah, so this is something Brent is cool is going to learn, and I just learned myself that apparently that combo doesn't work against Vega. Ooh, neutral jump, light punch. I like that. I guess he wasn't charged up for the up kicks, so for the flash kicks, so he instead just went up with neutral jump, light punch. And yeah, it's a great button because light punches and light kicks in the air last for your entire jump arc in general here in Super Turbo, unlike a lot of other games where they just have a few active frames and they pull away after a while. In Super Turbo, they just last the whole entire jump, so all the way up, all the way to the way down. So that's why they're super useful in this game. But again, you see how the flash kick motion, because he cannot cross you up, and that move is basically ignores what side you're on, how useful it is. And again, Brent is cool, missing that super, not this time. Gets it, and he is going up 2-0 versus Adrialen. And you can see how much experience and practice that Brent is cool has gotten at this game. You know, known for his Street Fighter 4 play and a little bit of his Street Fighter 5 play, but now he is a full-fledged Super Turbo player. Smart man. Playing the good games here. Yeah, Super Turbo, and look at this. Half-life lead now for Brent, and taking advantage again of that jumping light punch. And you can see what I mean, that Brent likes to play a very offensive style DJ. He likes to go in for those. Too high for that juggle to hit more than once. You need it to be a little bit lower, and he goes up for the throw, but, you know, throws are one button in this game, so, you know, if you're not in range for throw, the heavy punch comes out, and so basically accidentally option selected a punch, and a frame trap Adrialen. Brent is cool is on match point now. Okay, nice slide, got under the jump, down light kick. Here we go, some corner pressure. Yeah, and there's the problem with the up kicks. It moves a little far forward, so that can happen. But here comes Brent. Tried to go for the throw, too far. Caught him with the slide, though, but here comes Adrialen to the other side. Can't punish that, though. And that's why being in the corner is so crucial for Adrialen, because then even if he does up kick, he won't fly past DJ. The claw will actually be able to reach him and stab him from the other side. Here comes Brent, going in with the offense. Look at this. Multiple jumps in a row now. Okay, great round for Adrialen, but a little ahead of himself on that. Oh yeah, he went for the alternate combo, and that one didn't work either. At this point in time, Brent is wondering, what the heck am I supposed to do? Oh boy, last chance for Adrialen, but the claw stuck into the kick, and he is gonna get hit, and that means Brent is cool is gonna move on 3-0 versus Adrialen. But Brent is cool is not going on. He's gonna stay, and he's gonna be playing against Ultra Combo. Ultra Combo, another very, very strong Super Turbo player. Oh, he's actually, okay, this is, so he's actually the TO here. This is Sebastian, who we mentioned earlier, doing so much work for Super Turbo here. But he is a very, very, very strong player. Been playing this game for a very long period of time. I know, very skilled with Shotos as well. But I would imagine at this point Ultra Combo could probably play many characters. Because, I mean, this is the thing about these older games. Like, people got good at multiple characters. Character loyalists, like myself, that I would use Cammy all the time, like, we were mistakes back then. You shouldn't be doing that in Super Turbo. People would learn multiple characters. And Ultra Combo, that's right, he plays New Sagat. Old Sagat is one of the best characters in this game. New Sagat, not so much. But Ultra Combo definitely makes him work, as you can see right now. And And why is Old Sagat so much better? The low Tiger Shot has the most ridiculous recovery that you've ever seen. New Sagat does not have the same recovery. Not only that, but when he throws the low Tiger, his entire hand is a hurt box. So you can punch his fist. However, Old Sagat has no hurt box on his hands, so you can't even punch the hands from far range. So he is much stronger, but so Ultra Combo literally kind of nerfing himself just to play this character. And if you're wondering what the difference between old and new characters are, you could play, quote, old versions of the character, which is basically based on the Super Street Fighter 2 edition of the character, as opposed to playing the Super Turbo version of him. They probably put that in there because some characters changed pretty drastically, so they wanted to give you the option to still play the old characters. But some of the old characters came with some hidden buffs. And for example, Old Sagat in Super couldn't cancel standing medium punch from far away into Tiger Shot, but Old Sagat could. Old Sagat in this game could. So there's some differences between the OG version and the Super version, but for the most part, they're pretty accurate to it. You can see there Ultra Combo taking game number 1, doing so with this Fireball zoning game. I don't know if Brent knows that the light dread kick goes over low Tiger Shots. One of the weaknesses that we have at Wednesday Night Fights is we don't have a lot of Vegas, we don't have a lot of Sagats. We don't have a lot of people playing those characters, so I don't know if Brent knows all the little matchup details. Ultra Combo obviously knows the matchup details and says that range right there is punishable by uppercut. The third hit is going to whiff, so I'm just going to smack you. But that's the thing. This match against New Sagat is so much better for DJ because if he does do the light dread kick through the low Tiger Shot, he can kick Sagat in the arms much better than he could against Old Sagat. It doesn't work as well, but he has the opportunity here, but I don't think he knows. I don't think anybody's taught him that yet, but like I said, we do not have a lot of Sagats at Wednesday Night Fights. That's going to be Chip. Ultra Combo is going to take game number 2. I just want to lean over there and shout out Brent and be like, light dread kick goes over low Tiger Shot. And Ultra Combo, I think, has sensed that Brent doesn't know this, so he's just throwing low Tiger Shots. He's not worried about it. Okay, gets in with the slide. Here we go. Goes for a tick throw, but managed to tech that. And now, great patience from Ultra Combo. Sees a jump, and basically a TOD. If New Sagat ever lands a jump heavy kick on you, that stand roundhouse in the Tiger Shot or Tiger Knee will almost always stun. And then he could basically kill you off in the next combo. All right, match point now for Ultra Combo. You see this pressure right now, a little bit too far. That's the nice thing about DJ. When he throws the fireball, it doesn't stick his arm out, not like the Shotos, so it's harder to jump over and hit him. It's one of the reasons why his fireball is so effective, but Brett knows he has to be a little more aggressive, so he's going in, but he gets hit by the not cross-up that was a fake cross-up, but a real cross-up. We don't know. And that is the beauty of Super Turbo. I just want to yell at Brent right now. I want to be like, Brent, come here. Let me help you with some of this matchup. You know the advice that I would give him? I would tell him to buy some of these EX Gear ball tops from arcadeshock.com. You can see the mesh, the aluminum, the clear bicolor. They even got a clear mesh. And if he wants the true arcade ST experience, he could buy the aluminum bat top. Give him that true arcade experience there. But those would definitely up his game up versus Ultra Combo. So that would be the best way for him to improve in that matchup. Now we are going to have El Trouble and Capwan. Capwan here at this event to have a great time. Glad to see that he's able to relax here. He is a hard-working man. One of the hardest working people that you guys don't know about because he's always behind the scenes helping run Wednesday Night Fights, always helping run SCR. He has helped at so many different events. If you need somebody who's organized to help run pools and organize players and stuff like that, definitely hit Capwan up. He is an excellent TO, and he could do a lot of work for you. Of course, he is going up against El Trouble. El Trouble is one of the new school Street Fighter players, Super Turbo players. He's newer than most. However, he has ascended himself to another level at this game. He is one of the new generation of ST players who is just ridiculous. Now, he's obviously super good because he also uses a cheap character like Dhalsim, but you know, that's neither here nor there. No, honestly, Dhalsim might be considered the strongest character in the game. I know he's up there in the running for that, and it's because he is the first dive kick character in Street Fighter history, and he has a ridiculous throw range, and his anti-air buttons are super good. He can basically, he takes a lot of work though. That's the thing about Dhalsim, is you cannot pick him up and do really well. You have to know all of your anti-airs, you have to know all of your setups, and El Trouble really wants to go for that cross-up slide setup on Capwan, but Capwan has had the perfect one-frame timing on his throws. Remember, throws are instant in this game. Throws are one frame. Throws can beat meaties. Oh, so he tried it, and Capwan, I think he tried to throw, but what happened is that it turned him around, and oh my god, he couldn't get the combo! That means El Trouble could totally steal. He always tried to stab him with the wall dive. It didn't work, but he's going to get the jumping heavy punch. Finally takes that round. But throws are one frame in this game, so they can beat meaty attacks. All right, here we go. This is one of the ways that Dhalsim... Oh, again! So Capwan, what he's doing is he's trying to throw, but because El Trouble's getting to the other side and not meeting it properly, what happens is Vega turns around, so he goes from back to forward, so the game thinks he just did the code for the roll, which is a charge move in this game. Always has been until Street Fighter V. It's the first time it wasn't a charge move. So he ended up doing the roll. That time he got him stunned, but he still wasn't able to take advantage of it, and El Trouble comes back and takes that 1-0. Now, this is one of those fights that on paper, Vega versus Dhalsim, there should basically be no way for Dhalsim to win. Like, Vega should just blow him up. However, because Dhalsim can get a lot of tick throws in there, it can make it very hard because Vega's throw range isn't very far, but Dhalsim's throw range is gigantic. Which is why a lot of people who are looking forward to Ultra Street Fighter 2 on the Nintendo Switch are a little concerned because they're adding real throw techs in that game, including to hold... Oh, come on, El Trouble. You got a style on him like that? I'm just going to do crouching short into super. But the Nintendo Switch version is going to have true throw techs. And that's going to change a lot of matchups, including, for example, Dhalsim Vega. So it'll be really interesting to see how that game turns out, because they're definitely at... Oh, now he tried crouching medium kicking his super. Come on, El Trouble. Look, Dhalsim and Ryu is not a great matchup for Ryu. In fact, it's a pretty bad matchup, but that doesn't give El Trouble license to just be a jerk like that. Man, come on, Eugene. Nah, it's all good though. Eugene now taking out Ryu. Yeah, Capwan realizes that this is not a good idea. Gonna switch back over to Vega. He definitely had a much closer match here. Wow, look at that. That roundhouse drill. Downward angle, great priority, lands super fast. He's super plus on most of those drills that are low to the ground like that. You really have to aim something really poorly to have it not be plus on block from those drills. And so that gives Dhalsim so much advantage, and it's so easy for him to walk up and try to get some throws in there while you're stuck in block stun thanks to his long range of throws. Oh man, that wall dive just missed. The wall stab, basically. And again, El Trouble still insisted on trying to get that cross-up slide. Not going to happen, but you see right there, back and light kick just hit Vega way up in the air because I think he has some crazy hitbox above his head. And now El Trouble at match point. He can take this 3-0 over Capwan. Eugene trying to tell Capwan, go back to running tournaments. You have no time. Oh, he finally gets it after all that time. He has been trying that so much, and he finally got it. And I know Eugene is all proud of himself right now. Look, yeah, you can see. I mean, I can see it on my monitor. He's got the smile on his face. Oh man. But yeah, thanks guys for tuning in for some Super Turbo action here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's coming fast and furious. We are going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. More ST is coming up here at NCR 2017.
right. He's got to work hard here.
And again.
It's like an instinct throw, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, almost.
Wow. What is he doing? This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. That time he didn't throw.
Oh.
EX Bingo would have been well advised. That's money spent
Yes.
that he could have going here into this final round. Oh, wow, what an answer to the back strong. That is such a dirty anti-air from Cody. Chris G powering right through it.
Oh, close to stun.
Brilliant awareness.
Oh, but the back spray. What a great placing of that back spray. Totally not.
Oh! He represented throw with that jump short.
And speaking of Dizzy,
Back and forth. What a slugfest.
great block from Chris G, because if he had gotten hit by that, that would have almost guaranteed been Dizzy.
Chris
Oh,
G
here we
letting
go.
his meter down.
FADC.
He burns it. Will he have the juice in the tank to close it out?
And he does!
G keeps
Chris
America's
G.
hope alive.
America's last hope.
They should be sponsoring Mr. Naps and me. There we go. Yomi did. Yep. The X uppercut? No. Doesn't. Whoa! That was demon! Incredible. Oh, man.
Combo.
He did the over chop to go over the low and then demon.
I don't see Justin winning this.
Oh!
That was a decisive victory.
Wow, that was
against Justin.
very
Wow.
decisive.
Welcome back to NCR. You are watching some Super Turbo action. That break was provided, so I had time to clear that dungeon in Final Fantasy Record Keeper. And looks like we have a, yeah, there we go. I saw that, I was like, that's like silent, like violent, you know? But I was like, that's actually kind of sick. I think Silent Scope would actually be a really sick nickname. I'm gonna call him that from now on. I'm just gonna call him Silent Scope. But he's going up against Darkness with Ken, and you're gonna see some brutal Cammy action here from Silent Scope, and this is not a bad fight at all for Cammy. In fact, one of her rare even matchups, in my opinion. Maybe some people might even give this slightly in favor of Cammy. It's tough to say, but Cammy pretty much has only 2 good matchups, nothing but bad matchups, and maybe 1 or 2 even matchups, and this is one of them right here. So definitely not one of those characters that you have to worry too much about. The advantage that Ken's going to have, though, is that he can try to land some cross-ups on Cammy and then basically blow her up. Cammy has the most awkward cross-up blocking out of all the characters, but you can see this pressure from Silent Scope, and that's one of the problems that Ken has, is he has no way to punish that uppercut on block. So she could just walk up and just get you with that. And look at this, Silent Scope with an immediate destruction here. And look at that, that was a fast round, and there was only 58 seconds left on the clock. So you can see how fast the timer goes in this game. But again, great stuff from Silent Scope. Definitely a threat to take this tournament. As I mentioned, he just took West Coast Warzone over El Trouble. Darkness thinking about switching characters. Yep, goes to Bison. If I'm not mistaken, that's who he switched to earlier after the Cammy mirror. So I'm not sure if that first match with Darkness and his opponent going with the Cammy mirror, maybe that was just kind of a troll at the start, not sure. But Silent Scope is definitely the legit Cammy here. And like I said, this is a tough fight, but Silent Scope, I know he hates this fight, but you can see how much practice he has against this fight. Look at this, he's about to take it. Oh man, just mistiming his meaty throws constantly. His meaty buttons, giving Silent Scope the chance to throw. Either that or Silent Scope is just timing his throw perfectly. Because like I said, throws will beat meaty attacks in Super Turbo. Nice headbutt to avoid the hooligan. Oh, that's got to be punished, yes. And therein lies the reason why this fight is actually really hard. Because even though Cammy has one of the highest damages in the game, her opportunities to land combos and do large chunks of damage are very, very low. Meanwhile, Balrog, every time he hits you with just like crouching medium punch and a dash punch, you just lose this gigantic chunk. Look at that. That was just 2-hit normals. No special moves, and that did a ton of damage. And Silent Scope not able to land the cross-up. That's another thing, too, is that Balrog is a really weird hurt box. It's very hard to cross him up. Oh, go for the super, but that's not going to work. Oh, wow. That was so risky. If Silent Scope had gotten the uppercut, he would have been dead. And if I was Darkness, I would have went for the super, because when the super flash happens, quote flash, when you see that little chi gathering, that eats all inputs. So had Darkness done that upon Silent Scope's landing, that would have made it that much harder for Silent Scope to actually get the reversal uppercut out. And even if you like mash an uppercut code, like let's say you go uppercut, 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 there's something about Super Turbo that when you do the code and then you try to do it again, it won't register or something like that. So it's really hard to mash out uppercuts in situations like that. All right, down to no life, and yeah, flash kicks very easy to react to things like Hooligan with. Gets the headbutt. Darkness now tied it up at 1-1. 1 round away from going up 2-1. You can say, oh, that's a punish. That should have been a punish. Most charged characters can punish the uppercut on block. It'd be surprising how many characters really can punish that on block. It's more than you think. Oh, gets the cross-up, but not the combo. Silent Scope maybe not confident he had been able to land that cross-up so many times. Finally gets it. Didn't have the combo timed properly. Darkness now going up 2-1. I talked about how frightening of a player Silent Scope is, but Darkness says, you know what? I know her bad matchups, and I'm going to take advantage of that as best as I can right now. And that's the way Super Turbo works. There's nothing wrong about counterpicking people with bad matchups, because every character's got them in this game. Every character has a bad matchup, and you have to take advantage of that. That's why a lot of people learn multiple characters, and yep, Silent Scope drained him down just enough life that he could just chip him out with that drill. Silent Scope not done yet, trying to run this all the way back. All right, backing off from Darkness, but yeah, that low rush right there is such a problem for Cammy. It's very hard for her to stop it. She can beat it with things like crouching medium kick, standing medium punch and such, but it's such a risk because, like I said, the amount of damage that you do to Balrog compared to how much damage he does to you when he hits you with Rah! Is just not in Cammy's favor. Bad, meaty timing. Here comes Silent Scope. No, he gets hit out of the air, but again, that was the opportunity right there again to do the meaty super, but instead he did the regular dash, and this time Silent Scope does get out the reversal uppercut. There it is, Silent Scope tying it up 2-2. We're going to the last game between Darkness and Silent Scope. All right, you see Silent Scope throwing out those medium punches to try to intercept the rush punch, but as hard as it is to whiff punish in this game, it's not hard with Balrog, and that's the tricky thing. And yeah, and of course his headbutt is safe. His reversal is safe on block. He went for the meaty. Silent Scope went for the wake-up uppercut. Didn't come out. You only have a 1-frame window to get a true reversal, so it's very hard. It's very possible, very easy to miss it. All right, there, that time he was able to be close enough to punish the headbutt. Very, very hard to punish. You have to have a very fast and a very long move to punish those headbutts. Or a good range throw right there. Nice, getting point blank to make sure he's with range to punish that. He's going to be able to super. Oh my God, Darkness gets away with that. Oh, and I don't know if he tried to do kick rush into super to catch Silent Scope off guard, but Silent Scope was ready, got the throw, down to the last round between these two players. Nice headbutt to beat the hooligan at the start of the round. Silent Scope tried to get an advantage right from the get-go, but here we go. This is a tough road ahead of him. Nice headbutt through the drill. Here comes Silent Scope back again. Beautiful anti-air, standing medium punch. Oh, he gets the cross-up, but no combo, and now Darkness out of the corner, although that really doesn't make that much of a difference here. Gets in with that low rush, and that low rush is very plus. Wow, punish! Oh, but a bad jump in again from Darkness, and Silent Scope is going to get through this match on Darkness's air. Silent Scope moves on 3-2 down to the last round. Such a close fight. Whew. Man, he was able to take that just like you were able to take your joystick anywhere you want to go. If you grab one of these bags from splitframe.net, use the promo code NCR2017, which is the same hashtag as well for the event. You can use that to get a discount, and you can also pre-order this one. This one is special. This is officially licensed Evo bag. You can see branded with the Evo logo, has the Evo logo on the inside flap. Beautiful stuff, and I want you to notice one thing about this bag is all the extra pockets that you can see. You can see on the left, there's a pocket on the left over there with the zipper. On the right, you can see the pockets on the side. You can carry a lot more things than just the joystick in this bag. There's a lot of room in there. You can even see where the joystick slides in. There's those little corners that you can add in more things as well. So if you are a frequent traveler bringing your joystick around places, you can pack a lot of things in this. Use this as your carry-on and the airplane and store a lot of extra things in there. Very durable. You can see it has a water repellent finish. You can carry it like a true backpack with the durable shoulder straps. And yeah, you definitely want to pick yourself up one of these if you are traveling with the joystick a lot. And yeah, also easy to unload when you get to the TSA line. You can just open up that zipper, slide out the joystick. Don't have to pack it in with the rest of your luggage and like open it up and get all your luggage messed up. It's very, very easy there. But you are watching Super Turbo here at NCR. Hope you are enjoying this. I am doing solo commentary here for some Super Turbo action, but the pace is fast and furious here for this game, so I enjoy doing this. So much fun, and we are going to have, oh wow, this is going to be a great match. It is Mr. Igloo versus Ultra Combo. Mr. Igloo, just like Eugene, El Trouble, but even more so, a fairly newer school player of these old school games. He is one of the best at Vampire Savior. As I mentioned earlier on stream, he won Vampire Savior here this weekend, and he is also an excellent Super Turbo player. Bounced around between a few characters, but is kind of settled on Boxer these days. A very strong Boxer player. Like I said, usually finishes very well at Wednesday night fights. He's going against Ultra Combo, who we also saw with an excellent new Sagat. We saw him defeat Brent is Cool earlier. Of course, he could go with Old Sagat, who is the much better character, but you know, in Super Turbo, some people just like to challenge themselves and do stupid things like play New Sagat or Cammy. But Ultra Combo, just like Silent Scope, making these characters work out for them. Great first round for Ultra Combo so far. Goes for the cross-up after the throw, but doesn't go for a second throw. Just goes for a double crouching medium. Was counting on him getting hit by the meaty. You can see how hard it is to punch that headbutt, even on whiff. Just lands and recovers so fast. All right. Ultra Combo now is stuck in the corner. Has taken a lot of damage, but you can see how he paces and staggers his fireball, gets Mr. Igloo to headbutt into them. Nice trade with that low rush. Tried to jump over. When he saw Ultra Combo jump backwards, he was so confident that Ultra Combo was going to throw a fireball. Ultra Combo did fake it, but it was at a range that I think he was uncomfortable with trying to anti-air Mr. Igloo. If Mr. Igloo had not hit a button, it might have been one of those situations where the Tiger Uppercut missed, so he chose not to do anything. And that allowed Mr. Igloo the free jump in. Now, interesting factoid about Balrog is that if you want to headbutt through fireballs, because there's enough invincibility, it can only be the light or the heavy headbutt. For some reason, the medium headbutt has hurt box much earlier, and so it will actually lose. It cannot go through fireballs, and that's the interesting thing about this game. There's no projectile invulnerable flag or anything like that. It's all just done through hitbox manipulation and invincibility. Ultra Combo takes game number one. As I mentioned, a very, very strong player. You can see what I mean. Being able to beat Balrog with old Sagat. I do believe Balrog versus new Sagat is considered kind of an even matchup. It changes very drastically once Balrog gets meter. And I think that's actually one of the problems right now that Mr. Igloo is having trouble with. I think that's one of the things he's unaware of. You saw Ultra Combo kind of trying to pump and buffer the super. Gets the uppercut, not a proper safe jump timing for Mr. Igloo. All right, so Ultra Combo halfway there to take this entire game, to take this set versus Igloo. One of the strategies with Balrog in this matchup is not necessarily to go in too hard, not trying to get through the fireballs. Instead, letting Sagat, oh, what a trade. What a trade on the turnaround punch, knocked him a screen away, and here we are, trying to play keep out. Now he's just got to watch out for super, but you see how he's waiting for super, giving, oh no, but he hit him out of the air. He did it too early. Can he get this? No! Ultra Combo with a wake-up throw going up 2-0. But as Balrog, you want to stay behind. Let Sagat throw fireballs, do a headbutt, block the next fireball. If he throws a third fireball, headbutt, block the next fireball, etc. Continue to do this because you build up meters so fast. And once you get a super, this fight completely changes. As you saw, Ultra Combo was trying to bait out the super, which opened up the regular rush from Mr. Igloo, and that's how he almost had that comeback. So that's one of the secrets to this fight, and you don't want to get stuck in the corner like this because then, oh my God, what a great uppercut from Ultra Combo, calling out those dashes from Igloo. So now I just want to go over to Igloo and yell at him and tell him what he should be doing in this fight. Because building a super is your #1 goal, because this fight goes from being a bad fight for Sagat to a good fight for Balrog if you can build up that meter. And so that is your whole entire goal. But look at this damage from Ultra Combo. That's not going to be a punish. Man, both of them did not get the punish. And yeah, he's headbutting through the high tigers. That's why Ultra Combo throws the high tigers. Oh boy, here we go. Can he make the comeback? It's not going to happen. Ultra Combo takes it. Mr. Igloo, his #1 game is definitely Vampire Savior, but as I said, he has been doing super well at Wednesday night fights recently, but you can see there's a few more things that he needs to learn. And once again, I want to run over there and just be like, this is what you do. But nope, I'm going to be stuck here in the commentary chair. All right, again, shout outs to all of you guys joining in for some Super Turbo action here. Hope you are enjoying this solo commentary. Hope it's been going okay for you guys. I just got a shout outs from Killer Miller in the audience over there. And shout outs to Killer Miller as well. And we see, oh, okay. See, I mentioned earlier that HDR brought a lot of players into Super Turbo. Snake Eyes, one of the great Street Fighter 4 players, one of the fan favorites here in the United States, is one such player. Obviously, he's been playing for a very long time, if you've seen his Cultivation series, but he wasn't brought into the tournament scene until he started playing HDR, and people online at HDR was telling him about all these tournament scenes. And he was like, what? And so he decided to go to EVO, said, you know what? All right, there's a tournament scene. Let's try this out. Went to EVO and won. He won in HDR. He got first place. He is an EVO champion, and he won HDR right away. And Zangief, a very strong character in HDR. Now, since then, you know, he has learned to really appreciate classic Super Turbo. Says that he does prefer it over HDR these days, despite the fact that Zangief is much more of a struggle in this game. As I said, kind of tied for worst character, probably with Cammy in this game. In my opinion, I think he's a little better than Cammy. But definitely not a strong character. He can fight Balrog, however. This is definitely a fight that is very winnable for Zangief. And but that is why games like HDR were so important. It brought a lot of players into the scene to play Super Turbo and to get into other fighting games. Without HDR, we would have no Snake Eyes in Street Fighter 4. I mean, think about that. Think about that. When he first started learning Street Fighter 4, he would struggle. And in fact, I remember when he first started going to Super Arcade and playing at Wednesday Night Fights, he first started trying to play some Street Fighter 4. He was doing okay at first, and you know, like I would play him every once in a while. It would be a pretty even match. Nowadays, I probably could never touch him because he has just become such a strong player. But the key to this matchup here right now, there's some very significant keys here. One, Lariat. For Zangief, it's going to be Lariat and stand light punch. And you see right there, could not beat the meaty stand light kick from Zangief with the super. You know why? Because Zangief's standing light kick has 0 recovery frames. The last frame is an active frame. It's just out there, so you can stick it out really early and it'll be a meaty and then recover instantaneously. That is Super Turbo. That is the broken frame data that we have in this game. But the key for Zangief in this match is going to be Lariat to beat the straight dash punches, and then the stand jab to beat the low punches. And you can see for Balrog right there, his key is going to be doing those low rushes at the range so it barely clips his feet, because the Lariat will lose to that. A lot of buttons will lose to that. The only thing that beats it is the standing light punch. It'll punch him before the rush gets to him. So as the Balrog player, you have to mix between the low rush and then standing fierce plus the straight rush properly, because the straight rush and the stand fierce will beat the standing light punch. You see right there, perfect light punch beating that low rush as I was talking about. So those are the keys, but that's why it's kind of a 50-50 matchup between these two. Zangief has to be able to know which dash punch that Balrog wants to try and punish it appropriately. Ooh, usually you can SPD the headbutt on block as a punish. Oh my god, walk up SPD from Snake Eyes. Taking round number 2. See if he can get a 2-0 lead on Papa. Brian Papa, of course, is a player who has been playing this game a lot at Wednesday Night Fights as well. Been really honing his Balrog recently, getting much stronger, playing week after week down in Southern California. Definitely a very dedicated Super Turbo player. Shoutouts to him for being here, Brian Papa. He has the meter now. He could probably just chip Zangief out, but he's worried about the Lariat, because the Lariat will beat Balrog's Super completely. As I mentioned, you know, the Lariat goes through fireballs, but all of those things are done through hitbox manipulation. So because it can go through the fireball, Balrog's hitboxes on the Super are pretty much in the same place as a fireball. So Lariat will go right through that Super and blow him up. But Snake Eyes, kind of sick of that fight, switching over to Ken. And you can see there, even if Snake Eyes, a premier Zangief player, is switching away from Zangief in this matchup, there are definitely problems with that matchup that he is not comfortable with. I've never seen Snake Eyes Ken in Super Turbo before. Interesting choice. This is not an easy fight either. In fact, definitely far worse, in my opinion, than Zangief. Now, I do think that Ken can fight Balrog decently, but he has to get his fireball zoning started first, and it has not happened yet. And in fact, Snake Eyes goes in, gets the 2-hit combo for the sweep, and then the stun. That should be the round, except Snake Eyes drops his combo. No! Snake Eyes not like this. Oh, beautiful jump timing, but it still didn't punish. Did you see how fast that low rush was? It was just like low rush. Snake Eyes had jumped way before that, but he was still able to land and block on time. But Snake Eyes taking round number 2. Can he go up 2-1 against Brian Papa using Ken? Like I said, very tough fight here. But he's willing to try it with the Shoto instead. Nice punish. But you see that Balrog has a really, one of the reasons why is that he's so good in this game is that his hurt box reels are very, very odd. You saw the Tatsu hit only once, and then Papa was able to punish the Hurricane on hit. But here we go. Wow, Snake Eyes just coming in there with a surprise Super. Papa looked like he tried to do something in between the uppercuts, got hit. And now Snake Eyes up 2-1 against Papa, and the winner of this is going to go up against Killer Miller, which is a terrible fight for Zangief. But that's Honda. Honda is one of those characters that you either blow him up or he blows you up. But before we even get there, Snake Eyes still has to get through Papa, which is going to be a tough match, especially if he's going to be playing Ken against Balrog. Definitely feel like this is a little bit in Balrog's advantage. As you can see here, Papa going up round 1. And just charging right in. And like I said, that low rush punch is plus on block. So it is safe on block. It gives him advantage. It's super fast. Yeah, like I said, they didn't really understand frame data a long time ago. They just made moves how they worked, and it was like, we're just going to animate it like this, and it's going to have whatever frame data it has. Oh my God, he supers right through the poke from Snake Eyes. He has the opportunity now to tie this up. Tries the headbutt, he does. Gets the light headbutt through the fireball. The stand heavy kick from Ken, not far enough. We are tied 2-2 here. Is Snake Eyes going to stick with Ken, or is he going to go back to Zangief? No, he goes with Ryu. And this is a tricky fight here because Ken can actually chase his slow fireball because it's so slow. Ken's slow fireball is slower than Ryu's. Because of that, he can actually chase the fireball and punish Balrog if he tries to headbutt through it. But from a screen away, if Ryu throws a jab fireball and Balrog jab headbutts through it, Ryu can't really punish it because the fireball goes too fast and Ryu's walk speed isn't fast enough. So I actually feel like Ken has a slightly better advantage in this fight than new Ryu. Now, if we're talking old Ryu, that's a completely different story, but I feel like right now, this is good for Brian Papa that Snake Eyes switched over to Ryu. Nice timing on that fireball. Caught it and baited Brian Papa for the jump. Snake Eyes is now at match point. Can he do this? Can Snake Eyes overcome this Balrog? Oh, here comes the tick throws. Oh, he didn't go for a second one. We're giving Snake Eyes a lot of respect there, saying, yes, you are going to be able to get the counter throw or the reversal in between those. Nice whiff upper and the cross under for the 2-hit. You see how much damage that did? And we are at last round here between these two players. 2 matches in a row coming down to the last round. So we just had Igloo versus Ultra Combo down to the last round. Here comes Snake Eyes going for the tick throw. Tick throw works really well against Balrog, and that time you saw him fake it, so he went for the sweep. Didn't get the combo on the Tatsu, but Papa wasn't able to punish it. It ends up getting thrown. A nice uppercut, but a missed timing on that. Here comes Brian Papa, but Snake Eyes with the uppercut in between, and Snake Eyes, CYG Beast, Snake Eyes takes it. And he has defeated Brian Papa, and he sent him packing like you can pack your joystick into this 8-arc bag here, and you can see all those joysticks right there. Oh, actually, that's a Mad Catz bag, if I'm not mistaken. No, that is a Kwamba. Okay. It just has that red color there. But this is definitely the Kwamba bag here, and these 8-arc joysticks. In particular, that Obsidian stick on the left. Such a beautiful joystick. I've been saying all weekend. It makes me almost think of like a transformer, but look, my favorite color is blue, so that little blue highlight that you see in there, that's actually a light on the joystick that you will see light up when you play. It is a beautiful, beautiful joystick, very clean look, very classy look. You can see very high quality, and you can get it at 10% off if you use the coupon code NCR2017 at checkout. You only have this weekend to do that, so definitely take advantage of that while you can to pick yourself up a great joystick here. A lot of people have asked me before, with Mad Catz going out of business, what are some good joysticks to pick up? All of the joysticks that you've been seeing here, in particular these 8-art sticks, very high quality stuff. Do not want to miss your opportunity to pick up a lot of these joysticks. Great, great quality of work from all of those. And now we are going to see Snake Eyes versus Killer Miller. I mentioned earlier that Killer Miller has a Vega to fight against Shotos. This is a matchup she's been learning because Shotos do very well against Honda, and it's a very frustrating fight. In particular, new Ken, like I said, because of the slower fireball, actually makes it harder for Honda to neutral jump those jab fireballs, and that means Ken can chase the fireballs a little bit easier and get the anti-air sweeps. And there you see right there why one of the reasons why Killer Miller plays Blanca and Vega against these Shotos is because the faster jump gives her the opportunity to punish. Oh, very fortunate. He tried a neutral jump. Not sure what he was trying to bait, but the Scarlet Terror was able to hit him right at the top of the jump. Killer Miller taking that first round now. This is a tough fight for Shotos here, but that is how Ken is going to win. He's got to get the random DPs like that, but you know what? Vega can attack at ranges where those DP whiffs, and he can still hit him. Here comes Snake Eyes, but great flip kick from Tanya. She went for the double flip kick, but the first one only hit once, so you don't have enough time to charge up for the second one, and Snake Eyes is going to take round 2 with that fireball over Killer Miller. Snake Eyes trying to get in there with a juice kick from Ken, which is that lowest air hurricane trajectory. Didn't quite get it, unfortunately. And Killer Miller with a great anti-air. Oh my God, things can go south here really fast. Wow, look at the Snake Eyes going for the overhead funky kicks. The crazy kicks that Ken has. Love those moves. They've never really given it back to him except in CVS. Oh my God. Oh no, was that supposed to be an uppercut or a super? I'm not sure. But Tanya gets the jump, makes it over, and throws Snake Eyes out of the delay from that. That was all Snake Eyes' round. He just needed to do a super instead of a meaty fireball. Killer Miller takes game number 1. So Snake Eyes not going to change though, because look, Vega destroys Zangief. That is just awful, awful, awful fight. Because Vega just goes off the wall all day and stabs, and it is really hard for Zangief to do anything about that stab. So Snake Eyes is going to stick with Ken. Killer Miller so far with a great start here in game number 2. Big old life lead, but like I said, those life leads can disappear super fast. So already you can see now one combo away from taking this. Killer Miller trying to find a way out of the corner. Knows not to be too crazy going off the wall. What an uppercut from Snake Eyes. Woo! Great, great reaction there. Like I said, that jump is so fast. And there you saw the juice kick get to the other side and was able to beat the flip kick. Now here comes Snake Eyes getting in there with the throw. Snake Eyes now trying to zone out with the fireball. To the oh wow, he goes for the fierce uppercut. But here's the thing. When you block the jab uppercut, you have to hit a button super fast to punish it because he lands so fast. But if he does a fierce uppercut, he hangs in the air, and the same timing that would punish the light uppercut, oh my God. Miller slid the wrong direction. Down to the wire here. Who's going to take this? Oh my God, clips him, and now here. Oh, he messed up the super. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh no, a little bit too slow on that jump. Snake Eyes going to take it with a fierce uppercut. Woo. Whew. Man, these matches are ridiculously close here. This is Super Turbo, baby. This is hype. And oh, Miller says, you know what? I'm going to play the bad matchup. I do not believe in your Ken. I'm going to body your Ken, even though this is a bad matchup, Snake Eyes. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're an HDR Evo champion. I know this matchup. You're going down. She's like, I'm tired of using these top-tier characters like Vega. All right, Killer Miller trying to find a way in. Oh, and the Ocho throw. If you do not get your combo properly, chase down the jump back, gets the stun into another Ocho. Killer Miller going up 1 round over Snake Eyes. And again, all Ken needs to do is get his fireball game going. He just needs to get her to block 1 fireball. That's all you need. As soon as Honda blocks 1 fireball, things go south for Honda very, very quickly. But you notice that Killer Miller has not blocked it yet. In fact, willing to take those uppercuts off of the butt slam because of that. So you just need to get Honda to block a fireball with you in frame advantage. So here's a perfect opportunity. But Snake Eyes goes in instead of throwing a meaty fireball. See, I don't agree with that. Because now look, he has not been able to get that situation properly. Nice, baits out the super. And I love the air-to-air from Tanya, and we've got a cross-up butt slam. Is she gonna get it? Yes, she gets Ocho, but it's not enough to kill, and she tests Snake Eyes' reversal by going for the meaty hand slap, says, I don't believe in your reversal. She was right. Snake Eyes doesn't get the reversal. Killer Miller going up 2-1 versus Snake Eyes, and now Snake Eyes says, I am switching to the faster fireball because this fight really sucks for Honda. The problem with Ken is that his fireball has a little bit more delay, a little bit more startup, but Ryu's fireball super fast. And so it's really, really hard for Honda to get over there, to jump over it because the release is so quick and he recovers a little bit better. But look at this, beating out the uppercut with the hand slap, then gets the throw, nice tech and nice uppercut from Snake Eyes, gonna get to the other side. Oh my God, the super! But it's not going to kill you. Oh no, we baited out, but he didn't get the uppercut, but this time he does. Okay. Snake Eyes staying alive here. Oh man. Whew. And that was really dangerous too, that super that Miller did, because that first hit might have not even killed Ryu. That first hit does so little damage. That Honda definitely has the worst super in the game. I don't care what anybody says. That super is garbage in a bucket, in a dumpster, in the trash pile. Like, I mean, that super is just like useless. And now she's charged up for it though. Oh, didn't quite get out. And see, there you see the quick release. Oh, she got in. But Snake Eyes going with a second uppercut right afterwards. Miller time trying to do another button once she landed. Snake Eyes with the crazy uppercut in between. We are tied 2-2. Is Miller going to stick with Honda, or is she going to switch over to Chun-Li? She was like hovering on Chun-Li. I don't think I've ever seen her use Chun-Li before, but no problem. Gonna go back to Honda. She believes. She was inspired to play Honda through Mike Ross, so believing is what Mike Ross was known for, so she believes she's going to stick with the character. You saw her bait out the uppercut that Snake Eyes used to win last time. Juice kicks out of the corner, but the stage is very thin here. Oh, wow, that neutral punch, heavy punch. It was such a weird angle on the hit. But yeah, you can see how hard it is to get over the fireballs because, like I said, the fireballs are faster. They're also larger. But do we got the Ochos? Yes, we do. Not going to kill, but again, testing Snake Eyes' reversal ability. She didn't get it. Gets the meaty. Killer Miller now at match point of sending Snake Eyes to loser's bracket. Okay, yeah, see, she does not want to block the fireball because as soon as you block a fireball, things go south. So she'd be more willing to take that uppercut. Blocking that fireball is actually going to be more damage than taking the uppercut against the butt slam. That's why she's willing to butt slam in those situations. All right, good patience there. That's twice now Killer Miller has baited out that follow-up. Oh, empty jump. Oh, she didn't get the throw, but somehow Snake Eyes gets hit by the last hit of the hand slap. Killer Miller is going to move on, sending HDR champion Snake Eyes to the loser's bracket. Woo! Great stuff there to Killer Miller. Very, very close match. And that is why she believes in her Honda. That is why she's stuck with that character. She has put in a lot of work in learning how to beat that character because that fight sucks. And I will tell you one thing is that the fights that suck the most are the ones you put in the most work. Those are the ones that you know the best. And so you could see that right there. Killer Miller had all the right options. Yes, that match is terrible. That's like 7-3, 8-2 in Ryu's favor. But Miller has put in the work. She has practiced so much in that fight. She believed in herself, and she was able to pull that off. Shout-outs to Killer Miller. She moves on the winner's side bracket. And now Killer Miller's, I'm not even going to call him El Trouble. I call him Killer Miller's boyfriend. That's all he is here. He is Killer Miller's boyfriend. He is coming up here, and he is going to be playing Dalsum against a TZN Lazy Tag. We saw TZN Audrey-Len earlier. Now we see TZN Lazy Tag. They were in the team tournament yesterday in Street Fighter V. All three of the TZN guys, if I'm not mistaken, also played in the Vampire Savior tournament. So these guys, excellent players in all sorts of games, not only the new school games, but also these old school games as well. Okay, getting a swig of water here. Okay. And you can see here, oh, look at this. Practicing juice kicks. Nice from El Trouble. He's got his juice kicks down on point. If you have to do it the very first frame, basically, like the first 2 or 3 frames of your jump to get the low arc on that air hurricane. If you do it any later, Ken flies off into the stratosphere. Very punishable. And El Trouble has been known to second Guile, just because it's basically he's doing the Inigo Montoya. He's fencing left-handed because if he uses Dalsum, would not be fair. So he's gonna switch over to Guile just to kind of give the opponent a little bit of a chance. And this is what you do in Super Turbo. You basically are a troll and you're a jerk, and that's how you play Super Turbo because this is the game of basically being a jerk. Nice. Punches her out of the air. Great stuff from El Trouble. Great start. Using his secondary Guile. All right. Oh, he had the flash kick ready to go. And you see Lazy Tag got in there with the jump attack. Didn't push, though. Didn't push too hard. Once you get in on Guile, with a character like Chun-Li, you want to see what you can do to keep him from actually being able to charge the flash kick, run up to him, neutral jump, you know, etc., try to get some pressure. Oh, just did the super a little bit too early, could not make it through the Sonic Boom. And now Eugene, wow, doing a sack throw. So here's the thing. Here's the tricky part about ST. Block stun between the 3 buttons are different lengths. Heavy kick causes a much longer block stun than light kick. So if you jump in with a heavy kick in and are expecting them to block, you know you have all this time for jumping heavy kick, then you can walk up and attack the opponent. However, hit stun from jump attacks are all the same. There's only one hit stun from jump attacks, and they are all light button length. They are very, very quick. So if you are expecting your jumping heavy kick to be blocked and think that you're going to be plus 15 or whatever you are, and they take the hit, all of a sudden they reel so quickly that they get the throw off on you and you are not expecting it. That is why sack throws work in Super Turbo. Now, of course, that is only against standing opponents. If you are crouching, the hit stuns are different length between the 3 buttons. But if you are standing, they will all be light kick length. There is some debate on that. I've had a lot of people tell me they don't actually agree and do not believe with the hit stun lengths on crouching characters, but this is the thing about Super Turbo. Like these days, we have all these people capturing frame by frame and counting frames in DLC trailers for characters. And Super Turbo, nobody's counted frames on anything. Nobody cares. And Lazy Tag now switching to Balrog. Balrog, a very strong character against Guile. Can be a very problematic character, can chase him down very well. And one of the keys to Balrog in this match is that Stand Fierce trade with the Sonic Boom. Nice. The jumping roundhouse actually beat the headbutt. Nice stuff. Oh, gets him out of the corner. And, of course, in the corner, he's going to get 4 hits because this game, one of the only games with the wall. The wall is something that a character can run into when you kill him. You see how Guile didn't fly all the way up and down is because they hit the wall. That has never existed in another Street Fighter game because it changes knockdown and it changes timing. So, for example, if Chun-Li actually throws Zangief in the corner and Zangief techs, Zangief hits the wall, can land instantly, and then SPD Chun-Li during her delay of the throw. Which really sucks for Chun-Li, but that's fine. Zangief needs all the help he can get. So the wall is always a concern here. And when you super someone in the corner like that, in the mid-screen it won't juggle all the time because they bounce too high, but in the wall they keep hitting it so they don't go very high up. So that's why a lot of times those supers can hit like that. And El Trouble, choosing not to go to Dalsum, he sticks with Ryu. He says, you know what, I'll beat you with Ryu now. And you can even see them in the corner of your screen laughing about that too. Oh, what an uppercut from El Trouble. Now here we go. Has him in the corner. This is where Ryu shines versus Balrog. And El Trouble has been on point with his reads on when... Oh, he comboed off of that. Yeah, 3-hit super and the crouching light kick. He comboed that. And then uppercutted again. El Trouble has just been uppercutting in between buttons, but that is the beauty of Super Turbo. This game, you just do it. It's like, you just do shit. Like, just you know, I'm going to uppercut. I'm going to headbutt here. You know what? This is the way it works. And that's how you want to play Super Turbo. Just like how you want to type on your computer is by getting yourself a DOS keyboard from Arcade Shock. You can see, you could give your old keyboard the boot and upgrade to the DOS keyboard for professional. Think of this keyboard as like Vega, right? So it's like top tier, and O Vega is like your current keyboard. There's no reason why you want to pick O Vega over New Vega. So give O Vega the boot. Play New Vega by getting yourself a keyboard here. You can see 15% off with at DOSkeyboard.com. Free shipping on any order over $59. Use the code ArcadeShock for that 15% off. And now we are, oh god, another great matchup. This is going to be Killer Miller, who we just saw send Snake Eyes to losers bracket, going up against Ultra Combo, who we saw defeat Igloo earlier, and we saw him defeat Brent is Cool earlier. Ultra Combo using that new Sagat. And you can see that even with new Sagat, Killer Miller's a little tentative about using Honda. Honda does do better work against new Sagat than old Sagat for sure, but Killer Miller doesn't want to do it. Goes with Chun-Li instead. And like I said, I haven't seen Killer Miller use that much Chun-Li, so this is going to be interesting to me. I've seen her Vega. I've seen her use Blanca before, but Chun-Li is a new one to me. But you can see right here, Killer Miller doing a great job trying to predict that. But nope, just going to get uppercutted for a bad jump timing. That time he has the right jump timing. Oh, and the super right through the tiger shot. And because his hand sticks out so far and is hittable, gonna get bodied. Killer Miller taking round number 1. That neutral jump light kick with Chun-Li is ridiculous. The hitbox on that thing is gigantic, and she has just like the smallest hurt box. It is such a good button. It's so hard to beat that. Another great jump for Chun-Li, and now sweeping right under the high tiger shot. Oh, Ultra Combo trying to get a sneaky jump in on there, but Killer Miller happened to jump first. Yeah, there we go. Another great jump and another super, but didn't quite make it through, but close to death. Here, look at all this chip. Oh my God, what is going on? Gets tossed into the corner. Where did that head stomp come? That was so weird. Oh my God, he's going to get the jump, and then another jump in, and Killer Miller reels back in her chair going, you really jumped twice in a row? You really did the jumping bean strategy here? All right, so now Ultra Combo feeling good about himself. Probably thinks that he got away with that. Now, Chun-Li has almost no delay when she lands from her flash kick. In fact, I don't think it does. So you really want to hit it out of the air. And that's what Ultra Combo did. So he did so with the Tiger Knee so that he could get the knockdown and the frame advantage. All right, now Killer Miller trying to get in there. Ooh, nice! Jumps over the super, not over yet. Oh, tried to jump in there, and this should do it right here with the super. Killer Miller is gonna go down. Ultra Combo takes game number 1. Is Killer Miller going to switch back to Honda, or is she gonna switch over maybe to Blanca or Vega? There's a lot of options for her. She's thinking about it. I have never seen her use Dictator before in my life. That would be a weird one. Nope. She is going to go with what she knows, her tried and true, her husbando in Super Turbo, and that is Honda. So far, so good. Look at the start, and an air-to-air gets in there with the butt slam. Okay, Ultra Combo now has a little bit of a start. Getting those tiger shots, but beautiful trade. Hand slap versus that nice anti-air headbutt. I didn't think she was charged up for that. One more hit. And of course, Honda can headbutt over low tiger shot, which makes that really, really, oh my God. Oh my God, careful of super, and that was a trade, and it is going to be a double KO. And in Super Turbo, nobody gets around with a double KO. Basically back to round 1. Nice uppercut to preemptively beat the butt slam. Maybe was trying to beat the headbutt potentially. Again, charged up in time, and you see Miller using that jump light kick after the knockdown that actually shortens Honda's jump arc, and Ultra Combo just decided to eat about 3 of those 100 hands right there. Just got hit 3 times in a row. Nice bait. Waited for that headbutt, punished it properly with the headbutt. Oh no, not a proper meaty timing, not a safe jump from Ultra Combo. Gonna get Ochio'd. Killer Miller trying to chase down, but beautiful neutral jump from Ultra Combo to beat those hand slaps. That's why you see him neutral jumping a lot, because those long legs of the law from Sagat gets over those hand slaps very well. Try to bait out an uppercut. Oh no, there it is. The touch of death from Sagat. Anytime he gets it with that jumping roundhouse, standing medium kick or heavy kick in the tiger shot, that's almost a guaranteed stun. That is a touch of death. Okay, you know what? Hondas love that trade. That anti-air headbutt trade with the jump backs. They love that because you get so much advantage off of that. But you can see why Killer Miller is still a little bit tentative of using Honda in this matchup, because, oh, that was nice. Oh, he gets the jump in, and there it is. 2 games to none for Ultra Combo. You can see Killer Miller really trying to decide what to go with, She's thinking about it again. Let's see what we have over here. Can Killer Miller do this? Can she take this? Or she is putting all of her bets, all of her chips. She's went all in on Honda. She has to win 3 in a row with this character versus Ultra Combo's new Sagat. It's going to be a long road for Killer Miller. And as I mentioned, Ultra Combo, one of the strongest players here, one of the TO of this. So you know he loves himself some Super Turbo. All right, goes for the super. Didn't get it, and Killer Miller with a little bit too early on that, but gonna go for the Ochio throw. There we go, taking round number 1, and you can even see Ultra Combo's expression like, ugh. That was not cool at all. But, you know, Ultra Combo's got to feel confident. He's taken 2 of these already, so all he has to do right now, do a good job. See, there it is. Baits out the headbutt. The headbutt can go over low tiger shots, but Ultra Combo with a proper bait jumps over it and punishes it from the other side and resets the situation. And you see those neutral jumps causing so much headache for Miller time. Great stuff, and now jumping forward because he sees that Killer Miller is not charged, and again, another neutral jump is going to take it. Ultra Combo now at match point against Killer Miller. Here we go, backing off, trying to establish that fireball game. Nice trade from Killer Miller, but great sweep. And that is one of the problems. You cannot block upon landing when you jump because there is no trip guard. Note the correct usage of the term trip guard. There is no trip guard here, so they cannot land and block from the jump. Oh, and Ultra Combo gets the sweep again. Neutral jumps. Can Miller time do this? No, and that's going to be it right there, the super. And Miller even gets her own super, but that is not going to do it. Killer Miller sent to losers by Ultra Combo. As we said, Ultra Combo, very, very strong player here in Super Turbo. And hope you guys have been enjoying this Super Turbo action. I do have some unfortunate news for you Super Turbo fans, but fortunate news for you Smash Melee fans. Another classic, fast-paced, heavy, high-action game. Due to scheduling, and we are a little behind right now, that is going to be the last match of Super Turbo that we're going to have on stream here. But you guys can follow along, I'm sure. Follow guys like Ultra Combo on Twitter. Do you know what his Twitter is by any chance? Okay, well, look up L Trouble SRK and look up Killer Miller Time, but it's going to be KILLR Miller Time. So there's no E in for Killer. Look up those 2 guys. I'm sure they'll be tweeting out stuff as it's going to go. But that is the last match for Super Turbo. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those matches were super exciting, super hype. It's getting down to the wire for that tournament. But we are going to take a break, and when we come back, it is going to be Smash Melee. So for all of you Melee fans, tweet that out. Hashtag NCR2017. Melee is coming up here. Twitch.tv/Team Spooky with 2 zeros. Thank you for watching some Super Turbo, and like I said, stick around for some Melee action.